The Islamabad High Court issued the protection order on Thursday in the case of journalist and vlogger Asad Toor. Pakistan's National Cybercrime Investigation Agency, or NCCIA, has summoned Toor over the alleged publication of false information. The agency's notice, issued on July 29, directed him to appear for questioning 2 days later, but did not explain the allegations in detail. Toor challenged the summons in court, arguing that the agency had failed to meet the legal requirements and has not given him enough information to prepare a response. During Thursday's hearing, his lawyer said Toor was willing to cooperate with the inquiry but feared that he would be arrested. The lawyer told the court that the case appeared to relate to a report about the medical condition of imprisoned former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who leads the opposition PTI party. Justice Khadim Hussain Sumro asked which part of the report had allegedly been false. After hearing the arguments, the court ordered the NCCIA not to harass Toor while the investigations continue. It also summoned the investigation officer to appear personally at the next hearing. Pakistan's National Press Club had earlier condemned the notice, saying journalists should not face legal pressures or retaliation for reporting news or expressing critical opinions. Toor was previously arrested in February 2024 under Pakistan cybercrime law over allegations that he had conducted a malicious campaign against state institutions. He was released the following month. The court intervention comes as journalists and human rights campaigners challenge a separate set of government restrictions on foreign media. Under Pakistan's new foreign media facilitation guidelines for 2026, foreign journalists must obtain a no objection certificate from the Information Ministry before travelling outside Islamabad, Lahore and Karachi for reporting. The permission is required for producing news reports, videos, films, documentaries or social media content. The restrictions also apply to Pakistani journalists and other professionals who work with international media organizations. Individuals and companies that assist foreign media in any capacity must now register with the ministry's external publicity wing. The guidelines also allow the authorities to suspend or withdraw press registration over acts considered contrary to Pakistan's ideology, sovereignty, security, or public order. They give the external publicity wing further discretion to revoke registration whether it considers such action appropriate. The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan says the rule risks placing large parts of the country beyond the reach of independent reporting. It warned that requiring state permission to gather news would institutionalize bureaucratic control and discourage coverage of issues in the public interest. The Commission has described the guideline as part of a wider pattern of censorship, legal restrictions, and administrative barriers affecting journalism in Pakistan. Pakistan's Federal Union of Journalists has also rejected the rules. The union says foreign correspondents and their Pakistani colleagues will be unable to work independently if every reporting trip outside the 3 largest cities requires government approval. It warned that restrictions could also threaten the jobs of local journalists employed by international organizations. The PFUJ has demanded that guidelines be withdrawn and says it could organize protests if the government refuses. The government describes the measures as facilitation guidelines, but journalists and rights groups argue that their practical effect will be to determine who may report, where they may travel, and which subjects they may cover. Together, the Asad Toor case and the new foreign media rules highlight 2 different forms of pressure on journalism in Pakistan. One concerns the use of cybercrime investigations against individual reporters. The other places wider administrative controls over how international news is gathered across the country. In both cases, the central issue is the same: whether journalists can report on matters of public interest without first seeking permission or fearing legal action. For more, read the full Dawn stories linked below.